Can one small town transform the nation's economy by creating a secure, affordable energy supply?
Santa Fe, New Mexico believes it can. At first glance, this slow-paced town of 68,000 in the foothills of the Sangre de Cristo Mountains seems an unlikely place for the future of economics and energy to take shape. Visitors are more likely to be struck by its history, a colorful amalgam of Native America, Old Spain, and the Wild West that has long made Santa Fe a magnet for adventurers, artists, and assorted dreamers.
But here amid the centuries-old adobe architecture and distinctly old-world ambiance, a 21st century plan is being realized, one that could have a profound effect on our country's economy, our environment, and even our geopolitical dealings with the rest of the world. The plan originated when Mark Sardella, a local environmentalist and professional engineer, became alarmed at the information coming his way via reports, professional journals, and academic papers. The news was sobering and impossible to ignore. Our planet's available supply of fossil fuels, oil and gas, was near its peak, or possibly had already peaked, while the world demand was increasing dramatically.
If you look at the historical data over 30 years of gas production from the Texas Gulf, you find that in the 1970s, first of all, each well that you actually hit natural gas in was much more productive. Maybe 6 billion cubic feet of gas would come out of a single well. Whereas over 30 years, the total amount of gas you would get out of any particular well was declining exponentially, so that by the late 1990s, any single well might produce less than 1 billion cubic feet of gas.
Sardella didn't need to look far to discover the damage these conditions can inflict. In the past 9 years, the price of natural gas, Santa Fe's once economical fuel of choice for heating and cooking, had quintupled. And from August to October 2005, the price per therm rose a whopping 74%, with utility companies warning of still greater increases to come as temperatures dropped and demand rose. New Mexico is a poor state whose low-wage economy already forces its residents to spend significantly more of their disposable income on energy than the national average. So the hardships caused by rising prices are greater here than elsewhere. With an economy largely based on tourism, Santa Fe's businesses, particularly hotels, restaurants, and annual markets, also suffer disproportionately from rising fuel costs. And although New Mexico is a gas and oil-producing state, the residents get no price break because the fuel is pumped, processed, and delivered primarily by entities based out of state.
After pondering the problems resulting from low wages, a fragile economy, and escalating fuel costs, Sardella became convinced that economic stability and growth were only possible when an affordable, reliable energy source was available. In 2003, he founded Local Energy, a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping communities become energy self-reliant.
I'd literally been studying the natural gas resource degradation problem for weeks. And then one day I'm sitting at my desk, studying the details of natural gas decline, and there's this enormous plume of smoke coming out of the watershed where they're doing a controlled burn, much like this fire that's going on behind me. And I'm thinking to myself, here we are entering into a natural gas crisis, and we're literally taking the replacement fuel and sending it up in smoke.
Together with a core group of like-minded professionals, Sardella created a proposal to study the feasibility of building a heating system for the city of Santa Fe that could burn local forest waste products cheaply and cleanly. In 2003, the proposal was awarded a $1.3 million federal grant from the U.S. Department of Agriculture and the Forest Service, and the project to create the Santa Fe biomass-fired district energy system was born.
With the biomass-fired district energy system, we would generate all the heat needed for all the buildings in downtown at a central location by burning biomass, and then we would take that heat and distribute it via a network of underground pipes to all the buildings in Santa Fe. In that way, we bypass all of the existing heating systems, and instead what we do is utilize just the distribution system that's in the building that takes the heat from the boiler room currently to the rest of the building.